Well, North Korea has done it again, detained another American, according to the state-run news agency. The latest believed to be the fourth U.S. citizen who is being held there. The regime of Kim Jong-un grabbing Americans, it seems, in reaction to the tensions with the U.S. over its nuclear ambitions. North Korea alleging unspecified hostile acts against a man it identifies as Kim Hak-song, who reportedly works for the Pyongyang University of Science and Technology. So, what can the Trump administration do to protect Americans abroad from being exploited and arrested? John Bolton is with us, as always, former U.S. Ambassador to United Nations, a Fox News contributor, senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, and chairman of the Gatestone Institute here in New York. So, Ambassador, what do you think Kim Jong is up to by, snatching Americans? They've done this so many times before.
Right. Well, he's obviously accumulating bargaining chips. This is the second American seized from the faculty of that same university within the past 2 weeks. Frankly, any American who's in North Korea today is subject to being seized as well. It says something about Kim Jong-un and his regime, that they're absolutely cold-blooded. And let's never forget what Fred Clay, the great policy expert, used to say about North Korea throughout its history. He said, characterized by boundless mendacity. Boundless mendacity. So you can deal with these people all you want. You can make all the agreements with them that you want. They're just not going to comply with it. So I think, obviously, they hope the Trump administration will lessen the pressure, that they'll come to deal, that they'll send Jimmy Carter or some other foolish thing like that. I really think this is a time to make it clear, once again, to North Korea, to terrorist groups, state sponsors of terrorism, we don't negotiate with terrorists. These Americans are held with no cause whatever, and they should simply be released. Then, once that happens, maybe we can talk to them about other things. But to deal with kidnappers is simply to encourage more kidnapping.
Kidnappers who snatch Americans, and we've seen it before. Jimmy Carter went once, and so did former President Bill Clinton, to bring somebody back. Does he just do this on, points? I mean, is he realistically going to get any concession from the U.S. by taking our citizens?
Well, I certainly hope not. I think what he's showing in part is that the pressure that the Trump administration is trying to exert, principally through China, is not having any effect yet. And he may have taken heart, Kim Jong-un may have taken heart from what Secretary of State Tillerson said a few days ago, that neither regime change nor reunification were the objects of American policy. I think it was a mistake to say that. I think reunification should precisely be the center of policy. And by giving up what your objectives might be, it sounds a little un-Trumpian for one thing, but I think Kim Jong-un said, well, that's great. That's not their objective. Let's see how far I can get them to back away from the other pressure. I think it's also a signal to those in China who think that they can pressure him, that he's not in a mood to play ball.
And I mean, meanwhile, and you have one of the most heartbreaking cases now, Otto Warmbier. He's a young man from the University of Virginia. He was in North Korea, allegedly, or convicted of touching or maybe taking a propaganda poster for a moment. I mean, this young American has been sentenced to 15 years hard labor. Here are his parents, Fred and Cindy, who appeared on Fox and Friends the other day talking about his situation.
Otto, we love you. You're an amazing guy. Hang in there, Tiger Boy. You're coming home.
And not to worry about us, but stay strong. Stay strong, and we'll be fine as a family as soon as you get home.
So what do we say to parents? What do we say to the loved ones of those people who were taken?
Well, honestly, it's a pretty grim picture, but it's not because of anything their son did or anything the United States government did. This is the mark of barbarians, and that is consistent with the way the Kim family dictatorship has ruled North Korea these many years. I mean, honestly, for those who think, oh, we can help bring understanding, mutual understanding between peoples by going to places like Iran and North Korea under their current regimes, it's got to be a warning in the future. But I think the only line that we can take here to avoid endangering other Americans, to avoid putting other Americans in a difficult place, is to say, we want these people back. We want them back without concession. And if we don't get them back, frankly, it's going to play into the larger picture of what to do about North Korea and its nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons program.
And, Ambassador, finally, it's not just North Korea, it's other Americans. Let me give you a small list and show you some. Joshua Holt, he's a Mormon from Utah. There's his mother holding his picture. He's now being held in Venezuela, charges of some type of terrorism charges, which of course the family denies. Turkey, a NATO ally. Andrew Brunson, a pastor, a Christian, he's being held over there. Secretary of State Tillerson met with his wife recently when he was in Turkey, in Ankara. He's being held. Terrorism charges, family denies. And of course, we have the Americans that Iran has snatched for so many years, and the missing FBI agent Robert Levinson. Do you see this growing? Do you see Americans more endangered because of this continuing practice? And what, in broad terms, can this country do to stop it?
Well, I think it's a reflection of a perception of American weakness. You know, in the ancient world, when somebody said, I am a Roman citizen, it meant that any action taken against them would result in retaliation from Rome. Nobody fears the United States, at least after the 8 years of the Obama administration. And the most fundamental duty that a country has is to protect its citizens, even, I have to say, when they do foolish things like putting themselves in jeopardy by going in or near places like North Korea or Iran. But that's not by buying them back through ransom. We don't pay ransom. That's been throughout our history. We didn't pay ransom to the Barbary pirates in the early part of the 19th century. We shouldn't pay ransom for these people. We've got to convince our adversaries that the consequences to them will be far worse if they think that snatching an American citizen is going to bring them benefits.
Well, we certainly hope and we pray for their safe return. Ambassador John Bolton, always good to see you on our Sunday.